We just got in the car and we're heading over to Walmart because I got some stuff I want to show you that's going to make your food and grocery stuff a little bit easier. So we're going to head over that way so we can show you some stuff. All right, guys, we just got here. So I don't know if you can actually technically do this, like if you're supposed to record in like Walmart, but so if we get kicked out, that should be pretty fun to watch. But basically we're going to just go over some pretty basic shopping stuff in terms of like with primarily goals of fat loss and fitness and stuff like that, like what to avoid, what not to avoid, or not necessarily anything that black and white, but more or less things to understand and consider while doing this. All right, so when it comes to like this area right here as produce as a whole, you're just gonna always be better off eating your stuff over drinking it. Like I know that sounds kind of basic, but there's a whole like side of people who miss the value in actually eating the foods that you're gonna be taking in. So things like this, like all the stuff we see around, like your apples, your pears, all that bullshit, like have whatever you want. There's no inherent like good fruit, bad fruit, good vegetable, bad vegetable, things like that. But you have to understand you're gonna be way better off eating the food over drinking it as a whole, because especially if the goal is fat loss, you're gonna add up calories like super crazy fast in terms of if you're gonna have like fruit juices and things like that. Let me show you what I mean. All right, so for example, like a lot of times people will see like this kind of stuff, like the naked drinks or different whatever juices or smoothies, and all that's like cool. Like if you enjoy drinking this, like dope. There's I guess value in that. But the thing to understand is this is not the same as actually eating your fruits and vegetables. There's a massive difference. You're not gonna get the digestive benefits from this. There's a lot that you're gonna miss out, like the fiber content and all that kind of stuff. But the thing to understand is this is also gonna be super calorie dense. Like you'll see on stuff like this, it may say like, where's it at? It may say like, oh, the equivalent to seven broccoli stalks and 28 grapes and 3 strawberries. Like, it's a marketing tactic. It'll say that on the side of this, but you have to understand like this itty bitty bottle is 230 calories and it's mostly sugar. So you have to understand for you to do that in apples, it's gonna be like a lot harder. If you're gonna try to eat 230 calories worth of apples and oranges and pears over drinking that little bitty thing, there's gonna be a massive satiating difference. This is a big mistake a lot of people get into when it comes to making better and healthier decisions. They'll be like, oh, fruits and vegetables, dope. Why am I not losing weight? It's because this is, 300 to 500 calories a piece versus actually eating your fruits and vegetables, eating your foods that are gonna fill you up faster, gonna give you more nutrients, and be more conducive for your goals as a whole. Does that make sense? All right, now I'm like straight gonna kick down to here. I had to run out to my car and I'm trying to find Shelby. But I have a tendency in stores to play Marco Polo. So, Marco. Found her. All right, guys, so a lot of the other shopping rules that you'll hear a lot and see a lot, like all over social media, aren't exactly accurate, so to speak, when it comes to the grocery store. Things like, only shop the perimeter, avoid the middle aisles, and don't, go to the bread aisle and all this stuff. Here's the thing. That's just like saying, that doesn't change behavior. Like if it's a big issue where you can't walk past the cake section without like having a breakdown and eating a whole cake, you need to address that, not just say, I'm never gonna look at cake ever again. So a lot of this stuff is you don't have to avoid certain areas of the store, like the whole old school rules of only stay at the perimeter and ignore, end caps that have a bunch of shit on them and stuff like that. That's a really not healthy way to think about this. In general, coming to the store with a list, having an idea of what you want and kind of having a plan always helps, but also understand that, nothing is inherently bad, nothing's inherently good, all that stuff I talk about all the time. But as we're gonna move this way towards like the meat and stuff. But one thing that'll help a lot too, in terms of all this stuff, is like when you're shopping for like meat and whatnot, you're always gonna be better off from a budget standpoint and from a caloric and health standpoint, is if you buy everything already raw, where you have to do all the work, versus if you buy it like in a box in a like already pre-made, pre-cooked, pre-seasoned, and that kind of thing. Let me show you what I mean. All right, so to go back kind of off of that in terms of everything, from every standpoint, if you can just overall prepare the food yourself, you're gonna be way better ahead on every front possible. You're going to be better off on the nutrition side, keeping calories in check, keeping the actual grams of stuff in check, but also from a food quality standpoint, you control the whole thing. So for example, a lot of people, like moms, you wanna get food for your kids, you wanna make better choices for them, whatever, or you doing this for you. Usually what happens is you'll come over, it's easy to come over to the freezer section and just buy a bag of like either of chicken, like whether it be just like chicken strips or chicken patties. Like I ate a shit ton of chicken patties as a kid. But the thing is, like, yeah, this is okay, but the thing is, when you're gonna buy this and it's already ready to go for you, you're dealing with everything from the price is gonna be higher per ounce, just like this bag that has, you know, 3 times 8 is 24 ounces in it. This whole bag is only 24 ounces, and it's, let's say, about $7. Okay, but you're gonna have a lower protein gram and higher calories. Just 3 ounces is gonna, and this is like 210 calories with only 13 grams of protein. Those numbers aren't that great, especially when you're trying to more than likely keep calories low because you're dieting. So the next best option, let me put this back. Next best option, I think I put that in the wrong spot. A lot of times, especially if you're in a hurry, I'm gonna do a whole different section on like more convenient foods to get here, but the next best option is to buy grilled, right? We talk about, you know, I just said that, you know, just the fact that that's pre-made and breaded is gonna hinder you a little bit, so the next best option is buying grilled. But the issue is you're still looking at some of the same stuff. It's still gonna be higher calorie because we don't know how they cook this, we don't know how the oils they use and all that stuff, but also it's gonna be higher dollars per ounces because they did all the work for you, you didn't do it yourself, but it's gonna have all the other numbers in terms of like protein per gram isn't gonna be as in line more than likely as if you did it yourself. So that's why the best option, where'd this go? I'll fix that in a second. The next best option, the absolute best option, is if you just go get raw yourself. But that's the thing is, you basically have a trade-off here. You have the cheapest per ounce if you're trying to watch a budget, and the most controlled in terms of calories that you're gonna be having, keeping those in check with the highest amount of protein per meal, if you will, just because this is straight raw chicken and you get to do all the hassle. But that's the thing, it's the trade-off. There's gonna be all the hassle because they didn't do anything, okay? You have to do that. But you're also in way more control, so if you're really trying to dial in your calories, have enough protein per meal, and keep all that in check, that's gonna be your best option in terms of meats. All right, guys, this is a perfect example of one of the things to be aware of when you're trying to shop in your goal. You have some fitness fat loss goals in check. Here's the thing, a lot of people will look at a label on something, and if it says organic, all natural, lean, healthy, something in the fitnessy fat loss world, like some of those words, they instantly think it's a good choice. But let me show you where that goes wrong. So for example, we got right here, we got lean pockets and hot pockets, all right? Like a lot of people in it out of nowhere, they're instantly gonna be like, oh, lean pockets, let's just get this. Because if you compare the two labels, lean, that's a fitness word, cool. Hot pocket, that's not a fitness word. But the lean pocket says premium pepperoni. It's made with 100% real cheese and no artificial flavors. That sounds like a very fitnessy product. And over here, it's just like ooey gooey, sexual looking cheese. But if we actually like compare these two, there's barely any difference. The lean pocket is 270 calories, and the hot pocket is 300 calories. Like there's literally a 30 calorie difference, that's it. Like that's it, that's like not even enough to consider. Protein, the macros are about the same. 10 grams of protein, 10 grams of protein. So this is literally no better at all than this. That's the thing, guys. This is why I'm such a big fan of being aware of what you're taking in and the calories you're eating and whatnot, because if you're not aware, you're not aware. That's the issue, because if you're just like, oh, I'm just gonna make better decisions, this is what leads so many people to have that conundrum where they're like, I'm eating healthy, but I can't lose weight. I'm making better decisions. I'm getting the lean pockets over the hot pockets. Why aren't I not losing weight? And all these other stuff I'm about to show you, but it's because there's so much kind of junk floating around. You're literally just trading calories for calories where there is next to no difference. So I'm gonna show you a few more tricks that I have up my sleeve that can kind of help you navigate this whole mess. All right, so I'm actually gonna find some pre-made meals to give you guys an idea of what a good profile looks like, because I'm a big fan of making fitness and fat loss realistic for real people. A lot of people will tell you like never ever have a freezer meal, never ever buy pre-made food, but we're being honest. More than likely, a lot of you watching this have kids, you work overtime, you have a job, sometimes you just don't want to fucking cook, And it's unrealistic to say, oh, I'm only gonna eat all natural, grass-fed, make everything myself food. So that's why I wanna show you, like, if you're gonna go the route where you're buying like freezer meals and pre-made food, on how to go about it. Another marketing issue that a lot of companies will do, you'll see this, like this is another good one. They're mega meals, boom, 34 grams of protein. Like, okay, awesome, let's buy that, Shelby. Like, but here's the issue. That bitch is 610 calories. Like that's the issue. That's why I want you to be aware of how many calories are in certain things and what to look for. Because if you just go, oh, high protein, dope, and throw it in there, and then you're gonna wonder why you're not losing weight, because that bitch is 610 calories. Let's say you have 3 of these a day, and then you like want to go get ice cream with your kids and all this stuff, then it leads to really having issues with your weight loss. But you're making better decisions. I eat high protein. What the hell, Jared? So it's just what to watch out for. Don't believe just what's on the front of the shiny box. So, all right, so let's talk about some actual pre-made meals that do have good numbers. Because at the end of the day, all we're looking to do for average normal people just wanting to lose weight, we're looking to just make better decisions, get calories a little bit lower, get activity a little bit higher, get protein a little bit higher, that kind of stuff. Because if you can, it's better, like we talked about, like the chicken and the produce and all that stuff. If you can get it raw and make that shit yourself, you're gonna be way better off. But like I said, there are gonna be times you're not gonna do that. You may have some freezer meals stuck in the freezer just for times you get off work late, whatever. So let's talk about what actual good numbers on pre-made meals look like. So for example, generally speaking, you're gonna have better profiles on stuff that has like fitness words on it. I know, I just said down there, watch out for companies that use that for improper marketing. You have to watch out for that. But more than likely for pre-made meals and stuff, it's gonna be stuff that does have like Healthy Choice, or I don't know, what are other ones? Healthy Choice or Nature Select or whatever. So yeah, Smart Ones, whatever. I haven't even looked at those yet, but that you're gonna be better off finding that section, which is where you're gonna find the better numbers at. But you have to do the investigating for yourself to see if the numbers are actually good. So for example, even here on the Healthy Choice, like grilled chicken and broccoli Alfredo, we got this entire thing is 190 calories, protein's 28 grams. That's pretty solid. Compared to that one I showed you down here, where's it at? Like this one, this big mega meals, 34 grams of protein, but 610 calories. So you would be better off eating 2 of these. Like literally, you could eat 2 of these and you would have less calories and more protein than this one. So it's stuff like that to watch out for, because there are freezer meals out there, pre-made meals that do have good numbers on it that you can actually utilize. It's gonna help your situation. But you just have to double check this stuff. All right, yeah, go straight for like the Healthy Choice and the more weight loss friendly stuff. But just because it says something about how weight loss friendly it is, don't necessarily believe it. Actually do the research and the digging for yourself, because you might just end up fucking up and getting something like that, versus there are stuff like this out there. Because that's the nice thing, is there's a lot of money in fitnessy people like us. So there are companies who cater to us to say, oh, these fitnessy people like to spend money on shit like this, let's make stuff that works for them. So the stuff is out there, you just have to look for it. And that's what I'm kind of trying to show you how to do, is how to look for it. Jeez, that thing needs some oil. Fuck. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but that cart is like loud as hell. But anyway, I get a lot of questions about the whole controversy between frozen vegetables and fruit or fresh vegetables and fruit. And I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh no, frozen is better, because that's stupid. Like in terms of all this stuff, you're gonna be way better off with actual not frozen fresh vegetables and fruit than frozen. But here's the thing. This is not a game, this is what a lot of people struggle with. This is not a game of black and white, all or nothing. This is a game of good, better, best, so to speak. It's more like a knob. It's not like a light switch where it's like good, bad, bad, good. It's a game of like what better or worse, but it's not like one's inherently good or inherently bad. Like of course, real broccoli is gonna, or fresh broccoli is gonna be a lot more beneficial, if you will, I guess, than frozen broccoli. But that doesn't mean this doesn't have its merit and value. Because here's the thing: if you're not going to eat that, eat this. If you're not going to get fresh fruit because it's going to go bad, or you just don't like it, or it's expensive, or whatever, get frozen. it's not like this is bad. A lot of people give frozen fruit and vegetables and stuff like that a really bad rap. But the thing is, if you're not gonna get one, get the other. It's like, I know people who say, no, I will never make my own chicken. I will always buy pre-made chicken because I hate touching raw meat. Like, okay. And if that's the case, then you buy grilled instead of fried. It's stuff like that, where it's not a matter of what's black and white, it's what's good, better, best. So in terms of frozen plants or fruits and vegetables, of course, fresh is better, but there's still a lot of good with frozen, especially if you're not gonna have fresh anyway. What's up? I'm legit surprised I haven't been kicked out yet, because I've been getting a lot of weird fucking looks with carrying this thing around. All right, so let's say you're like, you know what, Jared? Fuck all the healthy made stuff. I want some fucking chips. I'm with you. So here's the thing. This little trick right here will save you so much headache. Let's say you're like, yeah, you know, Jared, I want a big old fucking bag of Doritos. That's really close to the mic. Big old bag of Doritos. But here's the issue. Most people sit down with the bag of Doritos, oops, and it's gone. And you just smashed 150 times 10. You just smashed 1,500 calories of Doritos. That's the issue. Or let's say right now you have issues with your portions and stuff like that. You could always take this home and empty the portions into little baggies. Or, walk with me. Or you could come down here and buy the bag that has all the little ones. Like it's got the tiny bag of Lay's, the tiny bag of Doritos, the tiny bag of Cheetos. And what happens, like you're gonna be paying, of course, a little bit more, but that doesn't matter because we're talking about the goals that you have. So understand that you could do a little switch like this. Instead of buying the big bag of Doritos, you could buy the mini bags of Doritos, and then now you have one bag versus accidentally smashing the whole bag of the family size bag of Doritos, because we've all been there. So it's another little tip you could use.